Hello, folks. So I had a rough time last night. Guiding was giving me issues, and I was out there at probably after midnight trying to fix my RA gears to try and calm my guiding down. My tote RMS error was probably around was over 2.0, and I'd prefer it be in the point 0.6, point 0.7 range. But my RA gears were the RA guiding was acting like a seesaw going up and down, and it wasn't pretty. So I'm out there trying to adjust the gears, and I was able to improve the guiding down to about 1.2. But even 1.2 wasn't enough to give me round stars. I was still getting elongated stars. And so I made a few more adjustments in PhD2 to get me down to the point 0.7 to point 0.8 range. But I don't like forcing the issue in PhD2. I'd rather have my mount guide better, or at least track better. And let me show you what I did so far. Okay, so this is a snapshot of my guiding last night. And by the way, I am using a Celestron CGX mount. I've been using that mount for probably 2.5 years. And it's performed really well for me over that time with minor tweaking along the way. But, one more thing, by the way, before I get started on this. Thanks to ZWO for selecting my picture, my elephant trunk, as their image of the week. You know, that was really nice. And you know, that just shows you how you may have highs one day and then lows like what I'm going through last night the next day. That's what this hobby will do to you. It can drive you mad sometimes. But let me show you this. Now, my deck guiding, this orange line, it looks orange in this picture, is very good. And I was tweaking this maybe a week or so ago, and I think I've got it to where I want it. But now my RA guiding is acting up. And you can see it's going up and then down, and then up, and then down, and even reaching higher than 4 arc seconds. And you're never going to get round stars with that going on. And my stars were badly elongated from that. So what I did is I was tweaking the limit the limit screw and the distance adjustment screw that the manual, the CGX manual, tells you about. And before I did the fix, my tote RMS error was around, it was above 2.0, when I would prefer to be in the 0.6, 0.7 range. But with my adjustments, I got it down to about 1.2, which is still, for me, not good enough to give me round stars. So after I got it down that low, I then forced the issue to improve more in PhD2. Now, I don't really like forcing the issue in PhD2. I'd rather my mount be able to track better without software to force it. But what I did is, it's hard to see here, but the RA aggression in this picture shows that I'm at 65. I increased this to 99. And I also, down near the brain, it's not in this picture, I increased the exposure. I normally go set exposures to 1.5 seconds. I set that to 1 second. And the reason I did that is that at 1 second, corrections would be sent faster. And maybe I'd be able to send corrections and stop it from getting as bad as it does. So I'm trying to, you know, head it off at the pass. Is that the saying? Or cut them off at the pass. So between setting the exposure and upping the aggression, I got my guiding from 1.2 down to around 0.7 and 0.8, which was enough, I think, to give me those round stars I wanted. But I'm not happy with that kind of fix. I'd rather go back to the way I used to have it set. So I'm going to go outside this morning and try something I hadn't tried before with the RA gears. So let's go outside. Okay, so I am outside, and let me show you where I am making the fix on my CGX mount. And it's right here. This is my RA motor here, and I already took off the plastic housing. And let me show you, let me get in here and show you the part where I have to adjust. And I'm going to sit down and do this. So last night I was trying to adjust the 2 screws here. The smaller hole here, that's the limit screw, and the larger one is the distance adjustment screw. And they're 2 different sizes, so you need 2 different Allen wrenches to adjust them. And last night I was tweaking these, and I improved the guiding by about 50%, but it wasn't back all the way. So this morning I followed somebody else's advice who left a comment in one of my previous videos where I actually loosened both screws and then retightened them, but I tightened them only to the point where I started to feel pressure. And then I stopped. So they're not overly tightened and they're not that loose. It's just right at that pressure point for each screw. And now it looks like I've got, let's see here, a little bit of recoil. I don't know if you can tell. A little bit of recoil. That's about the same amount I have in my deck, which seems to work okay. So I'm going to go with that. And the RA axis is not wobbling right now. And if you over tighten one screw and have another screw too loose, your axis will wobble, and I have no wobble right now. So I think I've got it. I'm hoping. And I won't know until I get out there guiding again. So we'll have to see. And I'll post probably a message on my community tab to see if this new method I'm trying works. We'll see how this goes. Okay, I'll see you later.